And it's better late than never, folks. Welcome to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. You're watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High Bombers sports here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett. A trio in the house tonight. The one and only Kelly Sears is back for the big game tonight, and it's the national anthem, so we'll let you hear that. And as I said, national anthem there, played over the loudspeakers. The band is here tonight, but the band is not playing because of the weather and everything that's going on. It's been quite the time, and Kelly Sears has his phone out with the Gold Crown, or the Four Crown Nationals on right now, live from Eldora Speedway. For anybody wondering how here and help tonight, it's because he can still watch on his phone, folks. That's the reason why.
Got rained out tonight in Jacksonville, so...
Rained out one place and watching another and helping here. Tegan's back for his fifth game in a row, aren't you?
Yeah, it's my fifth game. I'm surprised I've lasted that long. I'm surprised you thought I'd done a good enough job that long.
Surprised we haven't gotten rid of you yet, huh? Max Reiner is in the circle, as you see on the screen right now, helping get his team fired up. And Kelly, if there's a game that they should be fired up for, this one is it. The Farmers are going to have most definitely their hardest test to date.
Without a doubt. And I was talking to some of the old cronies of the Olympic Conference over there, you know, when we were on that rain delay. And Zach Chatterton, which was the principal here, is the superintendent over at Farmington. And he told me, he says, hey, this is old school Olympic Conference game here tonight. Ought to be a good one. And it really should be a good one.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. Glad I got to be here. I had races rained out tonight. Yep. That's why I'm able to be here as well. Gave Kenny Suter a night off. And Tegan, you've been here the whole way. Push that mic up closer to your face so we don't get so much background noise. You've been here the whole way, Tegan. You know that the Bombers haven't had a real serious test until tonight. This might be the first game they play 4 quarters.
Yeah, this definitely will, especially since you're going up against a team like Farmington, who last year was really great against Macomb and was one of their 4 losses last year, and Macomb's looking to upset them today.
Bombers going to receive the ball first on to kick. Looks like number 54, Sam Gronwald, and the kick goes left side. It's going to be downed at the 30-yard line. See if I can see who that is over there on camera. Langdon Allen over on the far side. We've talked about this, and I've got two. I guess I should close this now. I opened it up to get the fog off the windows, but it's pretty dark out there anyway with the lights shining behind us here. I think it makes it a little darker. It's really hard to see down there, even though this field is beautiful, but it might have a lot to do with the lights back here.
I think you're right.
Because you see those reflections big time in our glass as we're looking. Luckily, you guys don't see that. Duncan's going to hand off to Reiner first back through, and he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage on the stop. Looks like number 17, Zach Taylor and others. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 for the Bombers. Here as we're just underway, if you're tuning in late, we are really first quarter, and it's literally 11 minutes to go in the first quarter. It's about a 45-minute weather delay. I don't know that we ever did get much rain, really, but
there was some lightning in the area.
And the hard count again from Duncan. Man, he gets every team we've played at least once at the beginning of the game, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's just because his cadence is very loud, and it just jumps all the linebackers and defensive line because you're expecting him to do it because of how loud it is, but he's a master at it. He's trained at it during the offseason and has done a really great job.
First 5-yard penalty for the Farmers. First penalty of the game. Duncan back to throw now. He's going to go down to left side. He's got Jeter down there, I think. No, that's Langdon Allen actually on the far side. Langdon Allen from the 35. It's going to be 25, 26, 27. Let's see where they mark it at here. Well, they're moving it back. 15, 30 yards. They take it all the way back to the 45. Langdon Allen on the sports corner. First down for the Bombers, and it's 1st and 10 at the Farmers' 35-yard line, and that's a couple weapons. It looks like Jeter, we didn't get to talk about it much. Here's the handoff going to go to Reiner inside, and he's going to be bottled up. A short gain there on the stop. First in to make the stop was Jack Wheelwright for the Farmers, a gain of 1, going to bring up 2nd down and 9. Jeter's a little banged up. Kelly, you've coached kids that are a little banged up. It looked like maybe he was a step slower than normal, but he's still faster than most kids.
Yeah, he is very quick. And like we talked about
he's all
earlier,
alone over here on the near side. Nobody's out there. Here comes somebody late. I didn't mean to cut you off. I guess that's Allen over here on the near side. There's Jones on the shovel pass going around the corner on the left side. He's going to be bottled up. Ball comes out, and it's going to be Farmers coming up with it, I do believe. Not sure who came up with it. Number 26, that's Hunter Darsham. And it's a turnover, 1st and 10 Farmers at the 35-yard line. The carry by Jaden Jones, I should say the reception to Jaden Jones went for a gain of 4, and then the fumble. And it comes back to the Farmers at their own 35-yard line. 1st and 10. Now the Bomber defense is so touted here, Kelly, is going to get a rude awakening as far as being able to throw the ball here with the Farmers.
Yeah, and the Farmington coach, Toby Vallis, you probably don't know, but he was one of my assistants at one time. And talked to Toby quite a bit about a lot of different things, and the offense that he's put together here, he's done a very nice job with it.
Handoff goes up the middle. First back through is going to end up for a gain of about 4. And it's going to be number 2 on the carry, Reese Szymanski. Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6 for the Farmers. So they spread it out. They spread it out, and then they run right up the middle of the defense spread.
Yeah, and Farmington has a really good offensive line. They're able to split open holes, and when you're coming up against this Macomb defense having a 4 front, it's easy to really split them up the middle.
So here we go. Deep set again. Single setback beside the shotgun. Another handoff to Szymanski. He sheds 1 tackler, and he's going to go for a gain of about 5, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and a short 1 for the Farmers after Szymanski gets another nice little run. And that time, Kelly, it was not just dead ahead power. He got outside and made a couple guys miss.
Well, that's out of the shotgun. That's the little option that you run. And
there's a
quarterback kept it, and backside
big stick.
Backside in has to stay home.
Ethan Ladd on the tackle, Rankin with the carry, but he's going to get a 1st down, a gain of 4 for the quarterback, number 16, Gage Rankin. He's a senior, stands 6 foot 180. He's a quarterback and linebacker. Those are the kind of quarterbacks you like, right? Quarterback, linebacker.
I think I only had one quarterback that played linebacker, and that was Derek Wiley. But he was a good wrestler also.
And here's, again, they're going to go back to pass for the first time. Under pressure, he's going to step up, throw. He's got an open receiver, and it's going to be picked off, though. Great job of returning back was Jaden Jones, so he gave one away, and he gets one back. Jaden Jones, he was beat by about 2 steps, Kelly, and retreated and got back in position to make an interception.
Yeah. I was thinking that Coach Vallis, with the offensive potential that Macomb has, may just keep running the ball and keep the ball on the ground and slow the game down a little bit.
What do you think? Maybe Tegan that might be his plan, but he's like, we're moving the ball. It looks like maybe they're sunk in. And I really think that if the ball would have been a little not as much loft, a little flatter, he had him beat.
Yeah, but the linebackers coming off the edge were very much giving him a lot of pressure, so forcing him to make a throw deep during that time. And even on that play, one of the linebackers was being held by the lineman. So
here's Duncan. He's going to throw. He gets hit late, but there's the catch again. Duncan said on our TSSR weekly broadcast, and that's Langdon Allen, is going to go for a gain of 23. They get that all the way out to the 38-yard line. what I was getting ready to say is he said that he was going to have to stay in the pocket. He's probably going to get hit, but he had to find the open receiver because there's always somebody open. And that time he took a hit right at the last second, Kelly, but was able to stand in there and make a good throw.
Yeah, very good throw. And Allen's coming up big tonight.
Single wides far and near. Reiner, the single setback. He's going to get the handoff. Is that Reiner?
I think it was.
See if the pile get up. It is Reiner. No gain again. They have bottled him up. He's got 3 carries for 1 yard, I do believe. Is that right?
You're correct. Your math's pretty good.
Yeah, well, I can add. It's just memory is the problem. Addition isn't the problem. Memory is the problem. I'm getting old, you know.
Privileging. You need to take privileging
Is that
for
what
that
it,
memory.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
We should charge them. We should charge them for that right there. Here we go. Duncan again back in the shotgun. He's going to look to throw. He lobs it up, and he's got Jeter, and Jeter lays out and makes a sports corner first down for the Bombers. He goes from the 38 to, so he's got 10, 15, actually 12, 22 yards. They're marking it right at the 40. 22-yard completion from Duncan to Jeter, and Jeter had to lay out. If that's in stride, 1 step shorter, that might be a touchdown.
Yeah, excellent catch by Jeter.
Now deep setback behind. Now Duncan's going to hand off, and man, a big-time hit. Cochran came up, and that was number 33, I believe, on the tackle. Dane Hitchcock, I think. Tanner Kinney, maybe number 23. But a big stop, a loss of 3 on the play for Cochran. Denzel Cochran getting his first carry, and it was a big-time stick in the backfield. So here comes Duncan, going to try it again. Looks left side. He's got Jeter, and Jeter's going to make the catch. It's going to go for a gain of about 5 or 6.
I think 3.
He got from the 43, and they're going to mark it past the 40. A gain of 5. It's 3rd down and 8 for the Bombers, and coming up to make that stick, number 33. It was number 33 that time. Dane Hitchcock, I believe, coming up making a good tackle on Jeter. They step back, looking for the play from Coach Horrell. Try it again. Now they're going to take the play. Everybody in the box here, Kelly. Nobody one-on-one coverage as they knew they'd play. And another pass to Jeter in the short side of the field. A gain of 10, a sports corner first down for the Bombers, and they're inside the 30 to the 28-yard line of the Farmers now. Outside of the fumble and Reiner being held up the middle running the football, the Bombers have been having some success throwing it.
Yeah, throwing the ball. But Farmington's manned up, and that's
a tough deal against these
yes,
receivers,
it is.
isn't it? Duncan now hands off to Reiner. He gets tripped up, and he's going to fall for a yard. That one fingertip tackle, shoestring tackle taken. As a lineman, defensive lineman, get your hands out right and try to make something happen. That's what happened there.
Yeah, sometimes the best tackles you can make as a lineman aren't the ones that you make up at the line. It's the ones where you dive and get their foot and just pray they get down.
1 yard gain for Reiner. 2nd down and 9 for the Bombers. Looking right, pump fake, goes deep. Jeter's got it. 5. Nope. They are. Touchdown. A Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown for the Bombers. A 27-yard touchdown pass from Jack Duncan to J.T. Jeter. We wondered if he was going to play. We wondered how effective he's going to be. That drive, he was pretty darn effective. 4 straight passes to him with a run from Reiner mixed in the middle, but a 27-yard touchdown pass here with, I can't see the clock. Anybody see the clock? 6:02 remaining in the first quarter. The Bombers take the lead.
I was going to say, any concerns about that drive of JT Jeter being hurt? I think those have gone away. I think he's ready to go out and prove that, I may be a little bit banged up, but I'm going to show that I can still win against you guys.
Langdon Allen.
A lot of adrenaline flowing right
Langdon
now.
Allen with the 2-point conversion. We'll take a break here on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. We'll be back right after this.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have. We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
I became a nurse practitioner because I wanted to do more, I wanted to learn more, actually have more hands-on individually with patients. The rewarding part for me is that I get to come to work and learn something new every single day.
Welcome back to Macomb High School. Getting ready to kick off is going to be Connor Watson kicking off. And you were talking about the coverage for the Farmers. Or Drew Watson, Drew Watson. Talking about the coverage, they like to rush do the Farmers every time. There's a squib kick. It's going to be recovered at the 41-yard line. Number 38, I believe. It was number 38, covered by Connor Huber. But what I was talking about, they're going to blitz. The Bombers knew coming in, they're going to blitz pretty much every play. They're going to send one more than you can block, and your job is to get rid of the ball fast enough to make something happen. So they're playing cover 1, cover 0 with no safeties, whatever you want to call it. Everybody's in the box except who's covering the wideouts. And the Bombers are taking advantage of it right now.
Yeah, they absolutely are.
The pump fake was set up by the 3 short passes to the flat, right? So another shotgun formation, a short shotgun, about a 4-yard shotgun, almost a pistol. Handoff's going to go to Szymanski. Not as much running room this time, coming around in a hurry to make the stop. The first one there was Max Reiner, also helping on the stop, number 75, James Meredith. That's one of Kelly's favorite players. A 3-yard gain for Szymanski.
Yeah, James does a nice job on the inside.
We'll try it again here for the Farmers. They had a lot of success running the football in their first drive. They threw the interception. So each team's had a turnover. Now the pitch out to Szymanski, and great Bomber pursuit is going to go for a loss. The first player there was Reiner. The one to finish it up, number 81, Ian Case, came and cleaned it up for the Bombers. It's a loss of 3. It's 3rd and 10. He got the same. He lost what he gained the last time, if it was 2 or 3. I had him down as 3, but I don't know what you wrote him down for down there.
I wrote him down as 3 as well.
Okay, so it's 3rd and 10 now for the Farmers at their own 41-yard line. And you expect a pass here again to see if, or will they try something off speed
throw
here?
the wall.
And they will, out into the flat, and it goes nowhere. A big stop for number 5, Carter Hogue. The pass completed to number 23. That's Tanner Kinney. That's going to go for a loss of 5 on the pass. It was a screen, and it just never did materialize. It wasn't blocked real well, and there was nobody in front of the guy catching the ball.
No, and the last time that we were together, Carter Hogue did an excellent job, and like I told you, he's an assignment-type player, and he does his assignments very well, stayed home on that, and made the big play.
A nice punt here by the Farmers, going to go right side, and Jeter was 60 yards downfield. He's nowhere near that, Paul. It's 1st and 10 Bombers at the 36-yard line. We'll take a 15-second break and be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
Welcome back to Macomb High School. Dwayne Hulett, Kelly Sears, Tegan Perry with the call tonight. John Burton up on the camera here as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bombers Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Bombers have 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line or so. Duncan's going to hand off, and again in the backfield, Reiner is nowhere to run. First one there, number 4 on the stop, Kyle Litchfield. Reiner is going to lose 4. Actually, he's going to lose 5. 2nd down and 15 for the Bombers. And you have to keep them honest, right? If you're going to keep blitzing, if they're going to want to pack the box, you have to keep them honest and do that. Running's not going to be easy, but you have to do it occasionally, right?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
So the Bombers now face a 2nd down and 15 at their own 31-yard line. Duncan's going to show. He cannot. He tried to shed a tackle. Couldn't do it.
Jack Duncan is sacked by Hunter Darsham.
That's the thing going up against Farmington.
Darsham, number 26 on the sack. And from the 32. Loss of 10. It's 3rd and 25. You have a play in the book for this?
Throw it deep. They normally go trips in this formation, but, I mean, on 3rd and long, but they might try to scheme someone deep.
Hard count.
Looking downfield, he's got Jeter there, and Jeter can outrun everybody. There's pass interference. There's the flag. You knew that was going to come, but you couldn't. I mean, at that point, the number 37 on the coverage, that is Logan Morse, intended for Jeter. It was in his arms. Morse was there earlier. There's no doubt about that, but it was a perfect pass. He knew it was going to be in Jeter's arms. Yeah. You take the chance of him catching it, or you just stop it. And I mean, the nice thing about this is it's a 10-yard penalty, I think. Automatic first down, but it's a 10-yard penalty. So instead of giving up 30 yards, you give up 10, and they get the first down anyway, right?
Yep. I would always say if they're going to catch it, get pass interference.
Yeah, especially in that situation. There's no doubt it's the better option there when you know you're beat and you know the ball is going to be right there.
Yep.
Is it 10 or 15 yards? It's a 15-yard. Yep, it is a 15-yard penalty out to the 37. So just about. Oh, it is not an automatic first down?
Okay.
I thought it was an automatic
first down.
I
was too.
I thought it was 15 yards and an automatic first down. So now it's 3rd and 10. Excuse me, folks. I apologize for that. I was 99% sure that was an automatic first down. Now they jump off sides.
Flag on Farmington for offside. 5-yard penalty brings up 3rd down and 5.
Tyler Cummins says, way to go, Booger Boo. Number 82, Langdon Allen. 5-yard penalty. That's the second penalty for the Farmers, right?
Offsides, yeah.
Oh, 3rd in the penalty. Oh, yeah, the 3rd. So second offsides penalty, 3rd penalty overall. They've got 25 yards in penalties, and the Bombers now face a manageable 3rd and 5. 2 penalties have got them 20 yards, and we'll see what Duncan can do here.
One of the Macomb players moved.
Yeah, he was shaking a hand like he was waiting for something.
No, it was on the other side.
No, but I mean, Duncan kept shaking a hand. I would imagine that Langdon Allen was expecting him to snap it, and you could see Langdon Allen trying to express whatever reason was that he jumped early. So the first penalty for the Bombers.
Left tackle moved too.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
I was watching Duncan there as he was waving his hand down low. I don't know if he was trying to get the center's attention. You couldn't see that?
I couldn't see because
you were watching something else because you couldn't see through the post.
I was watching that left tackle.
I think they might have been audibling.
3rd and 10. And he's open, and a catch to Langdon Allen on a slant. If that ball had been up, Allen would still be running probably.
Yeah. I will tell you, Macomb's receivers are very good.
18 yards or 19 yards on the completion. A Sports Corner first down for the Bombers. And it's 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
You know, they got no safety. And they are living and dying by bringing the pressure.
This game being brought to you by McDonough District Hospital. Their athletic trainers and the MDH Rehabilitation Center with locations in Bushnell and Macomb provide expert help to Spartan student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital carrying. Ron Elby Auto Sales with locations in Macomb and Augusta. And with 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb on East Jackson Street, stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit www.lbsellscars.com to check out their inventory. And Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling. Since 1960, Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling has provided the greater Macomb area with expert sales, service, and installation of quality home comfort systems. Call your local Carrier dealer today at 309-833-2852. Find out how Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling delivers 365 days of indoor comfort. And the Old Dairy, located at 210 South Lafayette Street in Macomb, serving soup, salad, sandwiches, homemade dessert, Blue Bunny ice cream, and they have a full-service coffee bar. Breakfast served all day and free Wi-Fi. Visit them online at www.olddairymacomb.com. Call 309-837-6700 for your takeout. Duncan takes the shotgun snap, goes left side. Now he's got Allen open again and just overthrows him incomplete pass, the first one of the night, I think,
Pass is incomplete.
for Langdon Allen, and he comes up a little gimpy. Langdon Allen kind of hobbling on the right leg a little bit there, it looked like, Kelly.
You know, they're really getting Duncan on his back foot where he's laying way back and just letting the ball fly and hoping those guys are going to run underneath it. So it's kind of one of those things. It's kind of working for Farmington, but it's not working for, if you understand, I mean, because
Against most teams, this you see why this works, right?
Yes,
You don't
but
have the speed on the corners.
you don't have the speed on the edge.
Yeah, on the edge. Exactly. Handoff goes to Reiner this time. In his first time, he's got some running room. He breaks left. He's got one guy to beat. Now he splits a couple defenders. A Sports Corner first down as he goes from the 43 down inside the 20. Red zone territory for the Bombers. A Sports Corner first down. Looks like it's going to be down to the 12-yard line from the 42 to the 12, a 30 yards. A 31-yard run because it was the 43, so a 31-yard run for Max Reiner, and it's a Sports Corner first down, 1st and 10 at the 12. Reiner again, he's got some running room to the right side, breaks a tackle, breaks another. He's down near the 5-yard line. Going to see if it's down to the 6 or a gain of 6. It's going to be 2nd down and 4 at the 6 for the Bombers. They lead 8-0. I don't know. I put touchdown on the scoreboard, and I don't think I updated the scoreboard after that. I apologize, folks. I'll update that right now. It's 2nd down and 4.
They're playing like an 8-1. They only got one linebacker. And as soon as you break the line of scrimmage as a running back, there's nobody there to stop them.
You got a whole lot of running room,
You
don't
got a
you?
whole lot of running room.
That's very important then, Tegan, I would imagine, as the handoff's going to go. Ball's on the ground. Duncan falls on it. He's going to lose 4. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8 from the 10. What I was going to say, Tegan, is as a defensive lineman or a linebacker, keeping your head up in that situation is very important then right as you come through the block.
Yeah, because you need to see where the running back's going to go, because whether or not he's in your gap or not, you still need to make sure that the other linemen or linebackers know, so that way they can find someone to fill in that hole.
As coming in is Lindsey May. He's going to replace number 81, Ian Case. And 2 wide receivers near and a tight end near, or wing back. Duncan's going to throw right. It's knocked down, incomplete. 2nd incompletion for Duncan. And it's 4th and 8 at the 10 for the Bombers. And they're going to go for it here, Kelly. This is an 8-yard play is a touchdown essentially, so you're looking at something, a 10-yard play here probably, right?
You know, I've been so caught up in keeping the I haven't been keeping Jack's stats. I've been keeping everybody else's.
He's got 2 incompletions, I know that. So if you mark the 2 incompletions, we can figure out the rest. There's a touchdown pass. Ian Case, a 10-yard touchdown pass for the Bombers. And how much time do we have left now? So towards the end of the first quarter, I would imagine.
40:05.
40.5?
Yep.
I'm going to write that down on the back of this. Help me out with this play if you would, Kelly.
I got it. Looks like we got one setback. And over the top. Oh, batted down by number 17.
Pass failed. So it's 14-0 Bombers here in the first quarter of a big conference matchup for the Bombers. We'll take a break and be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, in just a few seconds.
Every day, we walk through these doors, not knowing what waits. It's not easy, but we do it every day because our mission is you, providing you compassionate care and providing you the best possible patient experience. McDonough District Hospital.
And welcome back to MHS. Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling bringing coverage of Macomb Bomber Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. And Tegan and Kelly were talking off air, and I like the stuff that we talk about off air. I bring it up a lot. Tegan says, you're going to have to bring a safety back. And you're like, yeah, but, I mean, you bring a safety back, then Reiner runs it down your throat. Right? I mean, there's the Bombers truly have so much to offer here. And there's a ball. It's on the ground, and it's going to be covered up and picked up by number 31, I believe, Max Rutz. Nope, number 34, excuse me, Logan Utt. 1st and 10, Farmers in Bomber territory at the 49-yard line. But, Kelly, as a coach for years, you played some teams that did this to you, I would imagine. What are you thinking on the sideline? You're trying to think of something, right? But sometimes it's just you can't get out of what you know, right?
Well, yeah, you're absolutely right. But most of the time you got a game plan going into the game, and you really got to stick to it. And, most of our adjustments were made at halftime. Some of them were made on the fly. But, the big thing is there's so many weapons. And the thing about it is do you have somebody that can cover them? And I don't think Farmington's got an answer.
And down the sideline it comes. Nearly another pick, and it is another pick. It is number 11, Braden Holdhouse, on the interception. And the Bombers have it 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line now. And Kelly, it's the thing that goes along with this for the Bombers, and I don't know that it gets talked. Everybody talks about Jeter and Langdon Allen as offensive threats. Braden Holdhouse and then Jeter and Langdon Allen, and the defensive backfield of this Bomber squad is really good.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I've mentioned the kid's name 1,000 times, but Carter Logue really impresses me.
And there's Reiner up the middle. He's going to go for little to no gain. Might lose a yard. Looks like they're going to lose a yard. Going to bring up 2nd down and 11 as Reiner has had a couple big runs, but, man, other than that, they've bottled him up pretty handily.
8 for 35.
So you'll probably take that, but what was that, one was 30 yards?
Yeah, one was 30 yards because he was 0, 1, 0, 2, -4, -1.
And that's the end of the first quarter of play. We'll take a break here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, as you're watching Arnold Brothers coverage of Macomb High Sports. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
And here we go back at Macomb High School as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bomber Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Dwayne Hulett, Kelly Sears, and Tegan Perry alongside. As we start the second quarter here, Kelly, what's your take from quarter number 1?
The big thing is Macomb, big play capability. Not much running, but they're able to throw the ball. And Farmington's staying with it. They're still man up on the defense, and Macomb's going to have some more big plays.
Duncan, quick, tucks it down, throws it downfield, and he's got a wide open receiver on the far side. It's JT Jeter, and he tries to take off. He finally gets it going, and JT Jeter, I do believe, down the far sideline, he's from the 33-yard line, from the 23-yard line, so a 72-yard touchdown pass.
77 or 72?
I guess they were at the 20. It was 77. They were at the 23. That's right. I'm sorry. 77-yard touchdown pass for Tom Conklin. State Farm touchdown for the Bombers. And that's the thing. The Bombers can just dump it downfield. And that time, the pump fake from Duncan and then him bringing the ball down as he's going to look right side this time. And it's Jeter again on the 2-point conversion. JT Jeter gets the 6 and the 8. And the Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown is good for the Bombers. And that's going to make it 22-0. Bombers here, first play of the second quarter. And the Bombers have opened up a big lead over the Farmington Farmers. And we talked about thinking that this was going to be a great game. 11:47 mark of the quarter. 77 yards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
7-21. 77-yard touchdown pass for a Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown, and he completed a 2-point conversion to Jeter as well. And it's 22-0.
Drew Watson back out to kick again.
Going back right to left now on the TV. 22-0. Actually, this is the second play. The kick is the second play of the second quarter. That didn't go 10 yards. They had to let it go out of bounds.
Kick by Drew Watson goes out of bounds.
Trying the onside, but it's got to go 10 yards before that'll do you any good, right?
I'd just soon kick it in the end zone and have him take it on the 20.
22-0. Bombers with the lead here from Macomb High School. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the Bomber 46-yard line for the Farmers. So it's going to be shotgun formation again. The thing about the Bombers at this point, what we're seeing is everybody knows that the Farmers, or they expect the Farmers to be able to defend the Bombers because they're used to seeing passing offense, right? There's a handoff, goes to Jarrett Falser, and he's going to be dropped in the backfield. Ian Case is having himself a game.
He kept going back. He never brought the ball forward, and that was easy play for Case just to string that thing out, and Falser just kept going backwards.
Loss of 7, 2nd and 17 for the Farmers. I think John Burton up on the camera tonight. And he's going to try to tuck it and run. He's going to be dropped in the backfield.
Ian Case again.
He is having himself a game, folks. He's dropped for another 3-yard loss that time for the quarterback, Gage Rankin. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and forever. 3rd and 20, I think.
Yeah, longer.
3rd and 21, I think.
It's 3rd down and 20.
Just past 20. Short 21, long 20. When it's that far, you don't really care, dude. That half yard does. It's kind of like if you're buying a $150,000 car, or another $5,000 or $500 doesn't matter, right?
No.
There's a fake handoff on the sweep. It's going to come near side, and it's knocked down.
Quarterback may be going down.
Hogue knocked it down, and Rankin is going to wander off the field and not looking like he felt real good. It's 4th down and 20, and it's going to be a punting situation, quite obviously, for the Farmers. Live chat is open, folks. Hop up in there. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. That doesn't matter if it's a Farmer or a Bomber. Hop in there and let us know who you're cheering for and where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you.
Oh.
Way over the head of the punter. He picks it up. He's going to run left side. He's got some running room, and then coming up to make the stop was number 8, Connor Bishop. And the punt went over the head of Lane Wheelwright.
You know, when it rains, it pours for Farmington, doesn't it?
Yeah, when things are going not your way, they just tend to not go your way, right?
Yes.
Tegan, as a former player, you're the Bombers. You got to keep your head right here and keep doing the things that have got you here. But as a farmer, what are you thinking about trying to get back in this game?
You got to think about, those scores don't matter.
Sorry about that, folks. All the Game Time live broadcasts, all while eating your favorite food and the best. I'm going to start that over after the timeout. How's that sound? I turned Kelly down there. He was rattling his headset around and got me all discombobulated. Then I had a message on my computer from OBS saying it wasn't working, so that got me. And there's down the field again, over the top. And it's Jaden Jones. 33-yard touchdown pass. 2 one-play drives in a row, and those are the kind of drives you like as a coach, right?
You love them if you love them more.
Yes and no. Yes and no. It's one of those things where they haven't established an offense, and sometimes you like to establish an offense and run some plays, but when they're coming that quick, you got to take them.
10:09, and that's to Langdon Allen on a 2-point conversion. And the Bombers running away with this one. We'll take a break here as Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown again for the Bombers. And they lead 20. It'd actually be 30-0 now here from Macomb High School as I put the 2 points on the wrong side. Sorry about that. Take it off there and put it on the right side. Make it 30-0. We'll take a short break and be back right after this on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
And welcome back. Tegan, as we were coming back, what were you going to say there?
I was going to say, so far in this first half, this has been some of the best football Macomb has played so far. Let's hope they keep it up throughout the rest of the game.
You know, and as we were talking there a second ago, sometimes you score too quick. And, you know, the scoring is good, but sometimes you want to get in a rhythm, but Macomb's just scoring quick. You got to take them when you can get them, but you kind of want a rhythm sometimes.
It'll be a short kick. Picked up. It's on the ground.
Macomb got it.
And the Bombers come up with it. And Ian Case.
Yep.
Ian Case. Holy cannoli. It's a great night to be Ian Case.
Yes, it is.
Tackles and touchdowns and fumble recoveries and holy smokes.
That's a highlight reel right there.
Joy Baker says, hello, Kelly. Go Bombers.
Well, hello, Joy. Hope retirement's treating you well. It is me.
It is you talking, or it is you, or retirement's treating you well?
It's treating me well.
And the handoff to Max Reiner off the right side. Going to go for a gain of a couple, it looks like. 2nd down and 8 after the first down run by Reiner.
2 yards, 2nd down and 8.
I want to thank everybody watching. Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling presents Bombers Sports here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Great partners, including Sports Corner at 124. We haven't got to say Sports Corner first down a whole lot because the Bombers have been scoring from 20 or 30 or 40 yards out. Reiner again on the handoff. And going to fall around and backpedal and a gain of 2 more. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 6.
Gain of 2 yards, 2nd down and, 3rd down and 6.
You call that quick. You're right on that.
What's that?
How many yards they got?
Tyler Cummings says this is some Kelly Sears Bomber football. Imagine Kelly and Dave Wilson paired up. Here we go. Up. Double setbacks now beside Duncan. 2 wides, 1 near and 1 far.
They'll probably throw deep here.
Yep, they're going to hand off. Nice try. And it's going to be can't see who that is.
Max.
Is it Max Reiner?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be down near the 15-yard line, about the 16-yard line. So from the 28 to the 16. No, it was from the 33 to the 20 to the yep.
19.
Oh, they marked it down to the 15. They marked it farther down than we thought. 15-yard or 19-yard run. I think they might have gave him an extra yard there.
That's 58 for him on the night.
Yeah, Jesse, sorry about that. I hit the button, but sometimes it doesn't update as like it should. It freezes on me. So there you go. We'll get it right for you. Thanks, Jesse. Duncan again going to throw it as incomplete off the hands of his intended receiver.
And that's really one of the first balls that any of the receivers that was a catchable ball has been dropped.
I want to thank Stephen Cromer, says Coach Sears, go Bombers. Herbie.
Yep, he was my manager for many years.
Braden Roots. Can I get a shout out? Go Farmers. I love Coach Vallis. Braden Roots, thanks for hopping in and watching us. We greatly appreciate it. And Colton LeGros is tuning into at the Macomb Firehouse tonight. Duncan throws right side, a broken tackle, and a Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown to J.T. Jeter. A 15-yard touchdown pass as a Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown goes in for J.T. Jeter. That's his second one. Is that right?
Yeah.
And
154 yards on the night receiving, and it's only the first half for Jeter.
And it's another touchdown for the Bombers. 8:18 to play here in the game, or in the first half, I should say, as Duncan now is going to throw right side to a cutting Jeter, I believe. It was Jeter. 2-point conversion pass. We'll take a break and be back after the Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown. The Bombers lead 38-0 here in the first half. We'll be right back after this.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
Welcome back to Macomb High School's Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bombers sports here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. This game is being brought to you by Sports Corner at 124, Macomb's original local sports bars. Sports Corner at 124 with a focus on local sports. Catch WIU games and all the TSSR Game Time Live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124, all while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. And a little pooch kick again. Going to roll to the 25 and going to be bobbled and kicked around, and the Bombers are going to get it back again. This time it's Jaden Jones, as the Bombers have everything going their way now. And Denzel Cochran was down there first to cover it up, but another turnover, and the Bombers are putting it to the Farmers here now. And I mean, it's not an onside kick. I mean, that should be a recoverable kick, right? I mean, it's 25 yards downfield. You should have time to recover it.
Well, the thing that you got to look at is that in today's age, you have so many scouting reports on the teams. Macomb has done this all year long, so you should be prepared for it.
And off to Max Reiner.
Reiner, a short gain again this time. 2nd down and 9 if he gets a yard. See where they mark it at here. I don't know if they're actually going to move the stick or not.
Gain of 1 yard, 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, they are going to give him 1, 2nd and 9. John's having a little focusing issues up there with the I imagine it's kind of damp up top still, so he's having a few issues up there as Duncan goes back to throw left side. And it's knocked away or incomplete, overthrown on Langdon Allen.
The cornerback kind of bumped into Langdon Allen right there. So,
yeah, I thought there might be a flag on that. You're right, Tegan. They were both kind of bumping as they were going.
Yeah, but it seemed like that was just kind of one let him play.
Yep, you're exactly right.
So the Farmer's going to take a timeout. We'll tell you this game being brought to you by Tom Conklin State Farm, face-to-face, over the phone, or by email, or even by text. You choose how you do business with Tom Conklin State Farm Macomb. You can reach them at 309-837-1200 or visit them online at www.macombsf.com. Better yet, stop in and get your quote today at 1221 West Jackson Street in Macomb. And M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture store. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery within 40 miles. For everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one, stop and see the fine folks at 481 West Main Street or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or on the web at www.mnbfurniturinc.com. You can also call 309-772-2111. Take a look at our live chat. Jesse Fryer says, let's go. Braden Ritz. I'm sorry, Braden. There you go, Braden. Thanks for joining us either way, Braden. I appreciate you joining us. I apologize for butchering your names. Braden Ritz. And Lucas Hurd. Hey, Coach Sears, make sure you mention the 1998 team.
Lucas was a tackle on the 98 team in semifinals.
And that time, near side, Langdon Allen took off running, I think it is. It was Langdon Allen. Went early, and it's going to be a 5-yard penalty for the Bombers. Going to bring up second down and 14 after the 5-yard false start.
I just need to get a little shout out to Maggie Valillo. She just texted me and said it was great to hear my wonderful voice again. Maggie, I hope you're doing well in the Chicago area.
Midwest Explorers hop on, say great job. Duncan back to pass. He gets hit, throws it downfield, and behind, coming back for the catch.
He caught that.
Holy smokes, a Sports Corner first down, and it's JT Jeter over there, and that was thrown behind him. He came back for the ball, and it's a Sports Corner first down. A 26-yard completion is first and goal for the Bombers at the 5-yard line. And if they can get this, Kelly, we're looking at running clock in the second half.
Yeah.
And I would have never thought that going into this game. Tegan,
No.
what are you thinking?
I was going to say I thought this was going to be really close at the half, but it seems like Macomb just had the answers to Farmington's questions, and there's nothing else you can really do about that.
You know, very acceptable with I don't think you can man up with
2.5-yard penalty. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't think you can man up with Macomb. I really, really don't. And, you know, one of those things, and I've played teams with receivers that good. I mean, one year we played Rochester, which everybody knows about Rochester. We beat them in the playoffs, and they had 2,000-yard receivers. And we beat them, and they didn't have any catches that day, but we rolled people out on them and double-teamed them all.
Reiner trying to get the first running touchdown of the game, and he does. Max Reiner, a 3-yard touchdown run for Max Reiner. And the Bombers are blowing out the Farmers here in the first half. Another touchdown for the Bombers. That makes it 44-0.
Here's your paper.
44-0. I'm getting tired of writing. It's 10-12 remaining in the first half.
A part of me really thinks Macomb was anchored by last year and how that game went.
7-12, actually. I'm sorry. And it's good again.
Is that Allen or Jeter?
That would
JT Jeter. 7-0 or 7-12. 7 or number 13. I about wrote down 7 again. 13, a 3-yard run. 7-21 pass. 46-0. Man, the only thing that hasn't worked all night is one pass that failed on a 2-point conversion for the Bombers.
That was Jeter on that for 3 yards.
Lucas Hurd says these wide receivers have some mad ball skills, and I'm not going to disagree with that. That catch coming back for the ball, I mean, he came back with his hands. He had too much momentum to stop, but he came back with his hands and made the catch.
You know, I used to tell guys, hey, we don't want to use them all up tonight. Let's save some for next week.
46-0 here in the second quarter, and there's still a half a quarter left.
Unbelievable half of football for Macomb. It really is.
The last two kicks, Farmers haven't even had an offensive possession in this quarter.
No. And
I don't think. Have they? Yeah, they did. They had a punt that got over the head. That's the only time they've had 3 plays is all they've had this quarter.
Langdon Allen kicking off, actually.
And a return by Jarrett Fowler, I believe.
Seems that number 10 was a little bit angered by Carter Hogue. I'll say this, a lot of people don't know this, but Carter Hogue has a really great job of getting into the other people's heads on the team. Something that he does in practice, and that's something that he executes on the field, and that's what really helps get people angry and make mistakes out there.
There's something to be said about that, isn't there, Kelly?
There's a lot to be said with that. Just getting in their head. It's all a mind game.
Little Daniel says the boys are looking sharp. They are looking sharp. It's been a fun one here tonight if you're a Bombers fan. It hasn't been so fun if you're a Farmers fan, unfortunately. They got 2 wides near and far. Handoff's going to go up the middle. And they've had some Szymanski. We haven't called his name, but he's had some ability to run when he's gotten the football. He's going to go for 11 yards and a first down for Szymanski.
You know, that first series they had a lot of very nice runs, and then they had the interception.
And then they had another interception.
And then a fumble.
And then a fumble. And then
run, hurry up.
It's been a problem. I mean, taking care of the football has been a huge issue for the Farmers. Szymanski again. Nope, it's going to be kept near side. Rankin, and then coming up on the stop, Jaden Jones comes up and makes a stop. It's going to be a pass to Fowler. It's going to be a gain of 5. They're going to bring up about 2nd down and 5 for the Farmers.
That was a good fake, though.
Actually, they're going to say gain of 6. They did move it down out to the 48, so gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. Yeah, that was a great fake. Had me faked out.
Yeah, I was watching the running back.
So was I, until I realized nobody was tackling him, and then I'm like, wait a second, something's going on here.
Who made the catch?
Number 1.
Nope. Yeah.
Yeah, Fowler, number 1. Rankin now back in the shotgun again. This time he does give it to Szymanski, and he's going to go for a first down, or close to it anyway. A gain of 4. They're going to give him 5. 1st and 10 for the Farmers at the Bombers' 47-yard line. And the Bombers now, as the clock is running here, if they can keep the Farmers off the scoreboard or at least be ahead by 40 at the end of the half, the clock will run the entire second half. If the Farmers can get on the scoreboard here and then keep the Bombers out of the end zone, they'll keep the clock from running at the start of the second half at least.
And that's a big key.
Once it gets to 40 in the second half, though, it will be a running clock continuously from that point no matter what the score does. And this time, Szymanski gets the handoff, breaks a tackle. He's going to throw it to Rankin backwards, and that was ill-advised, and Rankin's going to get the loss of 8 yards. He's going to get a loss of 8 yards, and he's going to say, thanks a lot. That's going to ruin my stats there, Szymanski.
They're going to have a chat at halftime about that, I would say.
Yeah, it's going to bring up 2nd down and 18 for the Farmers, and just when it looks like they got something going, they lose 8 yards here in the second quarter. And here's the inside handoff. He's got some running room. Going to go for at least a gain of 10. It's number 6, Jack Wheelwright. And give him a gain of 10, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 8. Had some good blocking out here on the near side.
Yeah, they did. The one wide receiver, 37 here, did a very nice job.
3rd down and 6.
I was going to say the number 1 Fowler, his mom is the head softball coach, Jenny Fowler at Farmington.
Looks like they're going 4 on each, 4 wide receivers here.
Too far, too near. One setback. Fowler in motion. Handoff's going to go to – nope, they're going to fake it. Rankin's going to keep it, and not a whole lot there that time. He will go for a couple yards. Ball comes out late, but they're calling him down.
Yeah, they're going to give him 2.
On the stop, Carter Hogue and Hunter Kendrick are there. A gain of 3. Nope, a gain of 2.
Gain of 1 yard. 4th down and 5.
They never agree with you.
No, they don't. Well, they moved it. They kept moving it back.
Yeah.
So it was a very long one, but it ended up being a 1-yard game, 4th and 5. This is, guess who? Carter Hogue out there again on the stop. And the Bombers.
Hand off to Szymanski.
what is there, 4:03 left, 4 minutes left
Yep.
in the second quarter.
Having some problems with our
Loss of 1 yard. It's a turnover on downs. First and 10.
OBS for some reason kicking us in and out. I apologize for that, folks. But Connor Hogue on the stop there, and the Bombers have it first and 10, up 46-0 here in the second quarter.
Let's see what they do.
If you're them, probably run out the rest of the clock.
Reiner, stutter steps, going to go, got hit in the backfield, but it's going to go for a gain of a couple, it looks like. It's going to be second down and 8 for the Bombers. Probably expect to see maybe a little more running here, but they haven't had enough success to really get first downs with it on a regular.
You're absolutely right. And then every time they throw, it's been a touchdown.
Yeah. They did throw in the flat early in the game to JT Jeter. That's what kind of opened up the deep ball. And they're playing off coverage. That's the thing, is how are you getting beat so badly, Kelly, when you're playing off coverage like that? That's supposed to prevent that, right?
I will tell you that Macomb's receivers are that fast.
I mean, but that's the idea of that, correct? Am I wrong there?
Yeah.
And Reiner again on the handoff. Let's see if they give him 2 more. They do.
They give him 2 or 3?
I don't know. Let's see where they mark it.
I gave him 3 is what I thought.
Oh, yeah. On the last play.
2 yards. Third and 6. Go ahead, Tig.
Oh, yeah. On the last play, it seemed like Ian Case came out with a bit of an injury, something going wrong with his back. He's talking with the trainer right now.
Well, hopefully he's okay, because he's had a half. I said he's had a game. He's had a game, and it's only the first half.
Same with Jeter.
Yeah, no kidding. And Duncan, and there's an offside. That's going to bring up third down and 1 as the outside linebacker on the far side, number 33, I believe. You saw him on the camera there smacking his helmet. That is Dane Hitchcock.
5-yard penalty brings up third down and 1.
And manageable third down if you're the Bombers here, right?
Yeah. Well, I was wondering if we would see Duncan go under.
So I was talking to a coach last night and said, why do you do a quarterback sneak from the shotgun? I think the Bears might have done that this weekend.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll see that here. Might be a quarterback keeper, but I don't see a quarterback sneak coming from a shotgun, do you?
No. I don't. I don't know if Macomb's waiting. Yeah, they're waiting for the count. There's the count.
They're going to take a timeout.
Yep.
And Coach Horrell's there to take a timeout. We'll tell you this game is being brought to you by Community News Brief. For all your local news, subscribe to the Community News Brief weekly edition mailed directly to your home every Friday. As an option, you can also receive Monday and Wednesday editions by email. All this for only $42 per year or $38 per year if you're 65 or older. Single copies can be purchased at select locations in Bushnell, Colchester, Blandonsville, and Macomb. Good Hope Gardens. Good Hope Gardens located at 445 East Main Street in Good Hope. That's just east of the North Elementary School. They're open April through October. They have their special fall hours now. I saw they have potatoes, pumpkins, squash, all kinds of great stuff at the Good Hope Gardens. Grover and Mary Jo DeCounter and family invite you to Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it's grown. And King Family Chiropractic, with locations in Bushnell and Macomb. They support Macomb athletics. They offer office hours in Macomb Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Bushnell Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. To set an appointment, call 309-837-MY-DC. That's 6932. They also perform DOT and CDL physicals. Third down and 1 after the timeout. Bombers lead 46-0. And, Kelly, if they can get a first down here, you have to feel like they can run a lot of this clock off the rest of the half. And there is the quarterback sneak as Duncan came up under center, took the snap, and he got it. Gain of 2, it looks like. It'll bring up a Sports Corner first down at the 46-yard line of the Farmers. And the Bombers just doing literally whatever they want to at this point.
Yeah, it's just, in this type of situation, as a coach, and on both sides of the ball, as on Macomb, you just want to get it over with. on Farmington, you just want to get it over
But
with.
for different reasons, right?
You're exactly right.
You both want to get it over. The
Yes.
Farmers want to get off the field without being embarrassed anymore, and the Bombers want to get off the field without hurting anybody.
You're exactly right. And the second half is that
And there's Reiner around the right side. He sidesteps one runner, and he's going to go down the sideline, cuts back inside, hesitates, and fumbles it out of bounds. But it's going to be a Sports Corner first down as he goes from the 44 down, I think, inside the 10-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. To the 14 would be 30 yards, 34.
38 yards.
Yeah, that's that. We'll go with that. I think it's only 37 actually, but we'll go with 38. He's earned it, right? A Sports Corner first down, first and goal at about the 8-yard line for the Bombers.
And he just went over 100 yards.
And he's had it, and 2/3 of his carries have been 0 or 1 yards or less.
Yeah.
And there's Reiner again, right side, trying to get his second touchdown, and he will. Max Reiner, a second consecutive rushing touchdown for the Bombers, a Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown as the Bombers putting it to the Farmers. And it's a 8-yard touchdown run that time.
113 yards for Max Reiner on 17 carries.
How much time's up there?
118.
118.
13, 8-yard run. And handoff's going to go up the middle, and it's going to go run failed for the Bombers.
Handoff to Max Reiner on the 2-point conversion. He is stopped by Dave Hitchcock.
52-0. Bombers with the lead here in the first half, folks. 1:18 to go. And welcome back here to Macomb High School. As again, we're having some issues with OBS. I'm not really sure why OBS keeps kicking us out, but we are back nonetheless. And
Ian Case
has had a game.
Yeah, he's kicking off tonight.
Is that Case now? That's
Yeah.
Langdon
Yep.
Allen, isn't it?
No,
it is Case.
It's Case.
He's doing it all.
Seems like
Sacks, fumble recoveries, touchdown catches, and kickoffs.
Macomb's offside.
I think Cochran was a little offside, I believe. That's throwing your third kicker out there, and you. Jack Duncan's grandma. We had Jack Duncan on the TSSR Game Time or TSSR Weekly this week for the first time, and Sandra, as she is known on Facebook, says that if you watch flag football tomorrow, you can watch Duncan to Jeter as well. Little brothers throwing touchdown passes to each other tomorrow. Flag football. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, but that's where it all starts.
It is, isn't it? Well, Case is going to try it again from the 35 this time. And it's going to be picked up on the far side, bouncing off a couple tackles and getting ran out of bounds finally. Believe it. Number 4 maybe on the return, Kyle Litchfield. Derek Krebs says, Coach Sears, do you know the most points scored in a single game, what the record is for the Bombers?
Oh, boy.
Has to be way more than 52, but.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking, as I was the coach, the most we ever scored was 60, 62 or 64, and I think that was against Knoxville.
Well, Knoxville deserved to have it ran up against them.
And actually, Coach Fallis was the coach at that time.
If you're a Bombers fan or a Spartans fan, you probably agree with that statement. Handoff's going to go up the middle. Szymanski, I believe. It is.
And that might have been when Derek was playing in high school. He'll probably write something on there in just a second.
And it's gain of 5, second down and 5.
I was going to say there's a noticeable height difference between all the linemen. Normally the shorter linemen have a worse advantage going up against the bigger guys, I've noticed so far.
And Szymanski again up the middle, breaks a couple tackles. He's going to get a first down. He's going to go for a gain of 10, 12. See where they mark it at.
Szymanski, tackled by Langdon Allen.
33 seconds left.
Gain of 13. We'll give him 12. We'll give him a gain of 12. A first down.
Good for a Farmington first down.
Coach Sullivan, he's pretty nice to these guys down there, giving them extra yards all the time. You notice that?
He's not very good in math.
Making me sound bad.
He's not very good in math.
Yeah. I hope that is not the case. Rankin's going to run out of bounds, stop the clock. Now, I appreciate the fact he's going to gain a couple yards there, 4 or 5 maybe. See where they mark it here. A gain of, well, they're marking way forward. 5-yard gain on the play for Rankin. It's a short 4, long 5 to go here, second down. But he ran that out of bounds. He did get some yardage, but, man, with 20 seconds left or something, I guess you'd have almost been just as well off to throw an incomplete pass. Stop the clock sooner.
Yeah, but you can get
Szymanski
another play in and try to get a score.
On the handoff, he's going to go for a gain of – if we gave Rankin 5, we have to give Szymanski 4. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 1. Clock is running.
Gain of 5 yards. It's 3rd down and 1.
And that's going to be the halfway mark of this one. Finally, mercifully, it comes to a conclusion here at the halfway point. The Bombers lead 56, is that right? 52-0. And it's been a long, I left the touchdown thing up there again, folks. I apologize. They've been hitting that so much that I forget to turn it off. And the Bombers lead 52-0 at the half. We'll take a break and be back in just a couple minutes with some stats here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. You're watching Arnold Brothers coverage of Macomb High Sports. We'll be back in just a couple seconds.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today and make your voice heard.
Welcome back to Macomb High School. Real quick, looking at some stats here as John Burton comes down off the tower for a break. And Kelly, you said that when I made this stat sheet, you told me 16 carries wasn't enough, and Max Reiner's proven that to be true, isn't he?
Yeah, Max Reiner's got 17 carries for 113 yards. Jaden Jones got 1 carry for 0 yards. Cochran's got 1 carry for a -3. And Jack Duncan has 3 carries for a -12. But when we turn around and look at the passing on this, Jones has 1 catch for 33 yards. Jeter has 10 catches for 186 yards. Langdon Allen has 5 catches for 78 yards. And Ian Case has 1 catch for 10 yards, and that was a touchdown.
What do you have down there for the Farmers?
For the Farmers, I have Szymanski with 46. Szymanski. I have Szymanski with 46 yards. I have Jack Realwhite with 9 yards, and then I have Rankin for 2 yards. And then for passing, it's Rankins has only completed half of his passes, and he has -6 yards of gain, which Tanner Kenny has -5 yards, and then Jarrett Folson has -1.
Well, not a lot of stats. We'll go through the scoring here real quick. 6:02 in the first quarter, 7-21. That's Duncan to Jeter for a 27-yard touchdown pass. Langdon Allen 2-point conversion catch. It was 8-0. 40.5 seconds left in the first quarter. 7-81. Ian Case, a 10-yard touchdown pass. Pass failed. It was 14-0. 11:47, first play of the second quarter. Duncan to JT Jeter, 77-yard touchdown pass. 2-point conversion pass to Jeter. It was 22-0. 10:09 to go in the second quarter. Duncan to Jones, a 33-yard touchdown pass. A 2-point conversion pass to Langdon Allen. It was 30-0. 8:18 to go in the second quarter. Duncan to Jeter, 15-yard touchdown pass. 21 with the catch. That's Jeter for the 2-point conversion. It's 38-0. 7:12 to go. It's it's Max Reiner with a 3-yard run. Duncan to Jeter on the pass, 46-0. With 1:18 to go, Reiner with an 8-yard run. The run failed, 52-0 at the half. Coach Duncan is under the headset now. I turned it down, so I guess I ought to turn it up so people can actually hear you. How's golf going?
Golf's going good. We're getting down to the final week. Our regionals are Wednesday at the Macomb Country Club, so our season starts in early August, and we usually get done before the bad weather hits.
Well, it wasn't so good today. Did you guys have a match today?
We did. We played in Bloomington and got about 7 holes of rain-free golf, and then the rain came, and it was a wet, soggy mess for the last 11.
Well, you're at the Macomb Country Club with regionals. That's where you played the Prairie Land Conference tournament. You guys dominated that, didn't you?
We did. You know, we have a decent – our golf program's decent, and the kids are good, and they work really hard. The country club's definitely a nice asset to have, and when the conference tournament's there, it's a difficult course to play, and we have a little bit of an advantage, and then hopefully we take that advantage and run with it on Wednesday.
Well, I know Connor Watson's been playing well for you. We need to get him on the TSSR Weekly broadcast that we do at Sports Corner. Maybe you can help arrange that for next week.
I could get that done for you.
Okay, why don't we try to work on that? We'll get him up there. But Justice Keene has done well for you, too, this year. You've had your second and third and fourth golfers has really been the key to this team being good, hasn't it?
They have. Those 4, Justice, Hunter, Wilson, and Connor Watson have all had a lot of varsity experience. Our 4th, Brady Scalf, is playing his really first true varsity matches this year, and he's done good. It's kind of golf's kind of a roller coaster. You get in those little funks where you don't play very good, and then you get hot, and the putter gets hot, and you make a lot of putts, and you score well. But those 4 have been really, really strong all year long, and our 5 and 6 have kind of been wild cards, and we're still trying to figure it out who those are going to become regional time. But we're getting down to that and having to make that decision.
That's as a golf coach. You coach basketball obviously also.
Correct.
Different in that respect, right? Because once you pick those guys, there's no substitutions, right?
Exactly. You can't call that 30-second timeout and straighten things out. You just got to kind of work through the mistakes and hope you limit them and limit the big holes. The double bogeys are the ones that really jump up and bite you score-wise. So, it's walking down a fairway with the kid, trying to get him back mentally focused, back where he needs to be. And in basketball, you get that minute timeout or that 30-second timeout, and you can take advantage of that.
Well, Coach, I won't keep you very long. Thanks for coming and talking to us for a few minutes. And if you can get Watson up there next Wednesday, we'd love to have him. And you come too. Maybe we can just talk to both of you at the same time.
I will get him up there, and we'll see you on Wednesday or Monday.
Wednesday,
sorry.
Wednesday afternoon.
All right,
or Wednesday evening. Show starts at 7. Be there around 6:30.
Perfect.
All right, sounds good. Coach Greg Duncan talking to us on the halftime show. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. We will take a break, and I want to tell you, we're going to play for the first time. I was able to catch up with Dr. Card from MDH. He's retired, but he's not gone from MDH. So we're going to let you hear a nice interview with him. We're going to do this every week as we have a special interview lined up with somebody from MDH and what they're doing, what's going on at MDH. They've got expansion coming with Monmouth and their athletic trainer and rehab facilities. So all kinds of great stuff going on at MDH. Here's the first of those interviews with Dr. Card. I was able to catch up with him last week.
All right, welcome back here. I'm with Dr. Ed Card from MDH. And Dr. Card, you're a face that a lot of people throughout Macomb, I've worked in Macomb and media for a long time, so I've heard your name, seen advertisements with your name and picture in it for, we're not going to talk about how long, but it's been a while, okay? You're quote unquote retiring, sort of, but you're the chief
True.
medical officer still.
True. I am no longer doing surgery. I'm no longer doing clinical medicine. I have two very good partners coming in who are going to be taking over the clinical side of things. And I want to be there for them to help them with the transition into private practice and so just provide some support. They don't need a whole lot of support, but for what they do need, I want to be there. And then I'm transitioning into full-time administrative position as the chief medical officer, which puts me in charge of the quality program, the patient safety program, and the med staff office, as well as utilization management. And those are all areas that we've been working on in the past. And I've been chief medical officer for 2 years, but now I can devote a lot more time, a lot more energy to improving those programs, and by extension then improving the quality and safety of care at our hospital.
I feel like that seeing you as many years as you put in at MDH and being willing and able to stick around after you're done doing surgery, you're done doing your clinical hours, you're willing to stay here. To me, that must mean that you feel like MDH is on the right track and doing things the way you want it to be done, right?
I thoroughly believe that. I think we're in a better place now, clinically, administratively, and with the new surgeons. I think we're in a better place than we've been in all the time that I've been here. And while we've tried not to mention it, it's only been 38 years.
So you have a few things up your sleeve that you can, the new guys and girls and whoever might come after you while you're still here, you've got a few tricks you can probably teach them, right?
You pick up a couple of things in that long period of time of doing surgery. And when I started, I did a lot of vascular surgery, but most of that now is done by cardiology and radiology. So that has sort of faded, but we're doing a lot more laparoscopic things. Dr. Peck is actually trained in laparoscopy, took a fellowship. Dr. White is very, very good, and I think the two of them together, both women, but I think that they're going to be incredible. I really think they're going to be very, very good. And the strengths of one balance off the other areas for the other. It's really a very nice synergistic pairing of those two who are both very, very good.
And I would imagine that your license obviously is still going to be valid, so if it gets into a pinch and they call Dr. Card and say, hey, we need something right now, you're probably still here and able to do that?
I've been known to answer that. I'm still around and available if there are questions or problems or things, people need an extra pair of hands in the operating room or run into something they haven't seen before. I'm still going to be around for that, and in fact, helped with an operation this morning. So I think that's going to be a nice transition for me, because I don't have to just stop being in the operating room, and hopefully helpful for Dr. Peck and Dr. White as well.
I would imagine after 38 years, just stopping something would be like stopping cigarettes, right? It'd be really hard to do.
Oh, no.
No? Oh.
It's not being on call is pretty okay. I'm enjoying that. So that is not a difficult transition at all. Came to town when I was 29 years old and have been doing surgery here all that time. And you sort of go through phases. There's the scared phase when you're first starting. Then there's the I can't believe how exciting and fun this is. And I've moved into the third phase, which is this really is work. So I think it's time for me to move to other things, and certainly not compete for patients with our two new surgeons.
Well, I can speak for most of the people, I think, in Macomb and McDonough County. We're happy you're still around. Thank you for everything you've done through the years. I think that you've probably become a Macomb homie after spending over half your life here anyway, right?
Pretty close. I still can't trace back people's ancestry 3 generations like everybody else in town can. So I'm not a true Macombite yet. But you know, the other side of that is that the community has been incredibly kind to me through the course of my career, entrusting me with their care and with their health. And I'm very grateful to the community for that as well. It's not been a one-way street at all.
Well, I'm Dwayne Hulett. This has been Dr. Ed Card. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back with some more sports right after this.
And welcome back to Macomb High School here. It's halftime, and the scoreboard is correct, folks. It's 52-0 Bombers, and Kelly was able to get some stats. 12 of 16, 276 yards, and 5 touchdowns for Jack Duncan in the first half. That's a career for a lot of passers in this area, and that's one half of football. And I'm guessing you won't see any of those players in the second half.
Well, you know, that's what we were talking about off air, and you were saying, you know, what do you do as a coach and so forth, and you know, that's kind of the $64,000 question. What do you do? And you know, the thing is get your other kids in. See, the big thing is it's going to be a running clock, so it's going to go quick. It's going to go very quick, and you know, let your young kids in, let them play, but you also may keep your varsity guys out there for, you know, maybe 6 minutes into the third quarter, and work on things that you normally don't do, that you may need down the road. And that's the things that you have to do. You know, I always looked, when we were in situations like this, we would do stuff that we were planning on doing week 10, week 11, week 12, down the road in the playoffs. You know, maybe trying a different set where, you know, it used to be teams always got, like, they would pick different games in the playoffs, but, you know, you would always try a play or two or maybe a couple different sets to, you know, see how people adjusted to them and so forth.
I mean, there's two avenues of thinking, I suppose, to that, right? A, if you show it in a game, then there's film for it and somebody can see it. But at the same time, if you show it in a game, there's film for it and people can see it, right? You may never, ever do it again, but it's one more thing for them to think about, right? Whether you ever do it again or not doesn't matter. There's two ways of thinking of that. Yes, you're showing it, but they're also seeing it, so they have to worry about it.
Well, the big thing is what we would always do is we would have maybe 15 different sets, and there'd be the very same play. Well, as a defensive coordinator, you have to prepare yourself for those 15 sets. And the more sets you got to prepare for, the longer your week's going to be.
Right.
Even though the play's the very same. And, you know, I would always go with the avenue is, okay, it's the same play. Don't pay any attention to the set. It's the same play. And, you know, we'd have different stuff when teams, but, you know, a lot of times even in the playoffs, we got to play in teams in the playoffs where we'd play them every year. You know, first, second round, you know, you got the same team, and you pretty much knew what they were going to do.
Derek Krebs says, he might not have heard you say it was 62 or 60 or 62 or whatever, but he just said, I just saw on IHSA a 60-28 win over Knoxville in 06-07. I believe it might have been the current Leatherneck head coach ran for greater than 300 yards that day.
That's what I said, didn't I?
Yeah, you said that.
I did. You know, I'm not on my privileging, but I got a memory like that, and I do remember that game, and that would have probably been Derek's junior year.
Now, I got a question. As you're getting older, Tegan doesn't understand this because he's like 19 or whatever he is.
18.
18 still. As you're getting older, you forget what you did an hour ago, but you can remember that football score from whenever. You have
how did I do that anyway?
Yeah, I know, right? I do you have that problem? Or maybe I'm just doing too many things. I can't keep anything straight. I don't know what it is.
Yes and no. You know, that's called selective hearing.
Selective memory, I suppose.
Yeah,
selective
right? Memory, selective hearing. But I'm just, you know, I can remember a lot of that, and then there's other ones that I can't remember, so many, football games and races are kind of the same way with me. And, you got to keep your notebook on everything.
And you know what? I'm horrible about sports and racing that way. I can announce I used to announce a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could announce a race all night long, and I couldn't tell you who won a single race at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Not a single race.
People always ask me, they say, well, who won this class or who won that class? And I'm like,
I don't even know who run my class if it wasn't me. You know what I'm saying?
I can tell you we crashed and I didn't get to see the finish.
Exactly.
I was trying to get the car in the trailer.
What's going on at Eldora?
I don't know. I kind of turned it off. I was having to switch back and forth between flow and dirt vision because, that World of Outlaws exact deal.
We won't get into that. And a little run back here on the kickoff. Got a little running room, still breaking a few tackles, keeping the feet moving. The kicker, Ian Case, and the kick return was by Logan Morse. And a nice return from the 19 out past the 35 to about the 38-yard line.
19-yard return for Morse.
I actually have a little stat. Ian Case is the first player of the season to get a big play on both offense, defense, and special teams. Sack, fumble recovery, and a touchdown.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, we talked about all the great things he'd done, but I said he'd done all that stuff, but that's probably not the norm for any team, is it?
No.
There's a handoff to Szymanski. No, it's not Szymanski.
Number 2.
Is it Szymanski?
Yep.
I thought I saw an extra number on the jersey there. It was Szymanski.
Yes.
He's going to go for a gain of 3, second down and 7.
Is that Carter Hogue down there with the ice on his knee? Can you see taken right down here?
No, that is 21. I think that's JT.
No,
to the right. To the right there.
On the table.
In the gray hoodie.
Yeah, I think that's him.
And a handoff to Szymanski again. He's got some running room. Clock will be running the whole time here, folks. It won't stop except for touchdowns and timeouts. He's going to go for a gain of about 17, 14. First down, Farmington at the 45-yard line of the Bombers.
Drew Watson coming out hobbling.
Holding his left arm. Stinger, maybe?
I don't know if it's his arm or not.
He was holding his left arm, but it wasn't his left arm. Handoff, Szymanski again. Oh, there's a little swim move.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll go for a first down, a gain of 11. Derek Krebs says, I bet you haven't forgot the Mount Carmel game either.
No. That
a lot of people in the parking lot don't forget that game either.
That was a big-time game.
Wasn't that the game that a bunch of cars got broken windows in and stuff in the parking lot?
And actually, they were rated in the USA Today.
Somebody beat them. Who beat them?
We did.
And Szymanski again. A gain of 5. Second down and 5. Trying to get Szymanski some snaps here. Let's get James some rushing yards. Jacob Fuhrer said that. I'm not sure which James you're talking about, Jacob. And Szymanski again. He'll have a first down, it looks like. From the 31, and a flag coming down late. That's a post play penalty, though. Personal foul against the Bombers. Half the distance to the goal. It's going to be a 9-yard or 8-yard run for Szymanski, and a penalty on the Bombers will be half the distance to the goal.
That was Bill Farquhar throwing the flag there on him.
Do want to tell you, I didn't mention this earlier. Bill Farquhar, the referee tonight. Nick Knowles is the umpire. Roger Smith, the linesman. Carl Johnson Jr., the line judge. And Dave Hasley is the back judge. And Bill Farquhar is actually battling prostate cancer. Has been since December 20, and all the officials have blue whistles. That's to symbolize prostate cancer and the fight against prostate cancer. And hopefully this coming week he'll get the all clear.
Good. I've known Bill for a lot of years, and I didn't know that. Good for him.
Now you say Farquhar. Some people over around Lomax call that Forker, by the way.
Yeah.
And Szymanski might be in for a touchdown. He's close. Nope. Going to be inside the 1, a gain of 5.
Tackled by Brennan Bolte.
James Meredith. Jacob Fuhrer wants James Meredith to get some rushing yards.
That Jacob. He was class of 2020 of the COVID year.
And here's the 2-point conversion. Or no, the touchdown run for Szymanski. It was a 1-yard touchdown run. And I'm going to write that on the back of there.
Have at it.
You aren't going to have as many stats this half, I don't think.
No, clock's running quick.
Third. How much time's left?
7-11.
7-11.
Great gas station.
Get you a Slurpee. You know, and that's something else that with Farmington kicking the extra point, that when Macomb gets to the playoffs,
they will have at least seen it, right?
Well, what I'm saying is they need to. You can always, you know, I always like to have a kicker because I want that automatic one. You know, and that's something that, hey, we score again, try an extra point.
Clayton, I can tell you that the Bombers had 276 passing yards and 101, now about 98 total rushing yards. Reiner had 113, but everybody else was negative pretty much in that category. So that would be where we're at. That wasn't a whole lot of offense for the Farmers. Tegan, how much offense did the Farmers have in the first half?
The Farmers in the first half would have had around 56 rushing, and then they would have got -6 passing.
So about 48 yards total offense for the Farmers in the first half. So we didn't keep track of turnovers, but I believe it was 5 turnovers for Farmington. 2 interceptions and 2 fumbles, or 3 fumbles. Is that right?
2 interceptions, 3 fumbles. Yeah.
Yep. And then the Bombers had one as well.
Fumble. Jones had a fumble.
Yeah. There's the squib kick, and it's recovered. Drew Watson, maybe? Nope. There's Holdhouse.
You know
Saw
what?
1-1.
I just can't figure out. Everybody's on the squib kick anymore.
Not West Prairie.
Not many people. Well, most of the kickers are playing for the soccer team right now. That's what I always say.
You know what? You always bring them over. All the years I coached, I had soccer players as my kickers. And
we talked about this game being bad at 52-0. BPC was up 56-0 at the half.
Now, who did they play?
They played Peoria Heights. Bombers have Jackson Barkley. Hernandez on the carry there as he lost 4. Second down and 14. And a handoff again to Hernandez, I believe.
No, that's 31, Ethan
It
Hernandez.
is. Yep. Sorry about that.
Harrison.
Ethan Harrison on the carry that time. No gain. See if they mark it down back, and he actually is going to lose a yard. 3rd and 15.
Loss of 2 yards. 3rd down and 16.
So the Bombers have the running clock going here in the second half, and it's been all Bombers in the first half. Farmers did get a touchdown here in the second half as Szymanski ran it down the field against the Bombers' back second-string defense. Barkley's going to throw. Watson's there, and he's going to make the catch. A pass for a first down
The pass from Jackson Barkley is complete.
From the 24 out to the 45. A 19-yard.
18-yard gain and good for Bombers first down.
It's going to be a 1st and 10, a Sports Corner first down for the Bombers as they keep the clock running and keep the ball in their hands. Little things like that from your second strings, nice to see here, right, Kelly?
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Waiting for the 5-second call from the official before they snap anything here. Dave Hasley's back there deep. Thank you, Tyler. I apologize. Touchdown still up. There we go. Take it down. Handoff. 52-6. I'm going to stop using the touchdown thing. Tyler, you think that's a good plan? Just stop using the touchdown thing. I forget to take it off all the time. A loss by Harrison on the play of 3, 2nd and 13. Make sure you share this, and if you haven't, subscribe to our channel. I promise I'll try to be better on the scoreboard. I haven't done a football game for a while, and it's caught me off guard here. I'm not used to, in the years past, I'm not used to this many touchdowns.
Yeah.
Barkley again letting the clock run off. Dave Hasley's back there waving the arm. 2. And they're going to throw a flag.
Flag against Macomb for a false start. 5-yard penalty. It's 2nd down and 18.
Tyler says you do what you have to do. I just got a no money bet on the score. A 5-yard penalty on the Bombers. Going to bring up 2nd and 18 after the penalty for MHS. Well, if it's no money, I hope it's something good, Tyler. But if it's something that we shouldn't talk about, don't put it in the chat. Right, Kelly?
It don't bother me.
Oh.
It's your business.
And there's a pass out to Watson again. He's going to cut in, come out. He's got a running room. He's going to break it down the sideline. He might go. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Bombers. A 63-yard touchdown pass from Barkley to Watson. Hey, look, I'm just going to put the score up this time, Tyler. A Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown for the Bombers, and it's 58-7.
That was a great juke move by Drew Watson. He just shook the defender so badly that he couldn't get back and be able to make secure tackle. And
the Farmers tried to take a good angle, but he just outran the angle there, Kelly.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Great play by Drew.
I have to watch it on the screen. The umbrella's in my way.
Nice ball by Barkley.
Barkley throws left, and it's knocked away. Good defensive play by number 36, Elias Hart. Well, number 32, excuse me, Tristan Passmore. And it's going to remain 58-7 here as the Bombers have the lead. We'll take a quick break on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, as you're watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High sports.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandensville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
And welcome back to Macomb High School as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling presents Bombers Sports here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. And we haven't had any long-distance live chat people, but you've got some people texting you from a ways away.
Yeah, Jay Aikenbrand, longtime coach here at Macomb High, one of my assistants for a lot of years. He's in Louisville, Kentucky now, and he just sent me, said, hey, it's good to hear your voice. Well, Jay, I'm glad you're listening.
So Ian Case on the kick. Picked up, and he hesitates and goes down the far sideline. And the return for number 37, Logan Morris again. And it's at the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Farmers.
Run out of bounds by Drew Watson.
Great kick by Hayden. I mean, not Hayden, that's his brother, Ian Case.
Ian's doing a pretty good job. He's not doing the squib thing that you like you were talking about,
No.
Kelly. He's actually kicking the ball away a little bit. So the Bombers up 58-7 as we approach the end of the third quarter of play. This one will get over quick here, folks.
There's a flag. I think there's too many men on the field.
I do want to apologize. I misunderstood the message from Jack's grandmother. I guess flag football ended last week, so don't go watch flag football Saturday morning to watch Duncan to Jeter connection again.
Might have to wait till next year, huh?
Yeah, so I apologize. Sandy has a good family, great family, the Duncans. Amber, the other half of the Duncans, and it's her mom.
Fumble.
And the ball's out, still out.
And I
don't
think
know.
they're saying Macomb got it.
We'll see who comes up with
That
it.
was
here.
Macomb player saying that Macomb got it.
Macomb did not come up
No.
with it. Recovering the fumble, number 11 by Lane Wheelwright.
That was one of the Macomb guys. That's what you got to teach your players, though. Anytime there's a fumble, you just point our way.
Yeah, maybe somebody will believe you.
Yep.
Doesn't matter if it's on the doesn't matter if you see it differently as long as the ref sees it.
Yes, exactly
2nd and 7 after the penalty for the Bombers gave the
I think they'll run out
1st
the
and
clock.
5. And they're going to let the clock run out here, and it'll be the end of the third quarter. And I forgot I'm horrible at the scoreboard tonight. It's going to be the fourth quarter when we get back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. In fact, we'll just keep it here. Change it to the fourth quarter so don't forget it again later. And this game is being brought to you by Sports Corner at 124. Macomb's original local sports bar is Sports Corner at 124 with a focus on local sports. Catch WIU games and all the TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124, all while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. And the Old Dairy, located at 210 South Lafayette Street in Macomb, serving soup, salads, sandwiches, homemade dessert, Blue Bunny ice cream, and a full-service coffee bar. Breakfast served all day and free Wi-Fi. Visit them online at www.olddairymacomb.com. Call 309-837-6700 for your takeout. Now that's pretty awesome right there, isn't it? Sending a picture of him laid back in his easy chair watching the Bombers game on the big screen.
That's Coach McCormick.
Coach Mack relaxing a little before his big game tomorrow.
Yep, got South Beloit at home tomorrow.
The best part of that is South Beloit is here and West Prairie is not in South Beloit.
That's no kidding. That's a long ride up there just on, well, Rockford, basically.
And there's a handoff. Good defensive play for the Bombers. Among others, there is 79 Malik Butler Grissom and number 52 Talon Quisenberry. Tyler says the bet was 60-7. As always, great broadcast and a heck of a job to Case. That's right, he's had a great game. It's been an outstanding game, no doubt about it. Tyler, we appreciate you watching. It's a loss of 1 on that carry, so it's bringing third and a short 8. And then there's a fumble on the snap, and Quisenberry there again, I think.
Yep, Quisenberry.
He's doing pretty well. His mom saved Coach or Mr. Horrell, Steve Horrell, Coach Horrell's Jeep the other day. Becky Quisenberry was rolling across the parking lot at the gas station, and Becky saved it. Becky's a lifesaver, or at least a Jeep saver, it would appear.
It seems that Jack Duncan is that number 2? Yeah. Oh, no, wrong player. That's Jack Beal, not Jack Duncan.
There's a little bit of difference there.
Yeah.
And the Bombers going to receive a punt here from Farmington. Quisenberry nearly got a hand on that. And a short punt. Going to take a Bomber roll. It's going to be 1st and 10 Bombers at their own 48-yard line.
Punt by Lane Wheelwright.
Oh.
Malik.
23-yard punt.
Malachi. Melanie Butler, number 79, is Malachi. Did I say Malik?
Yep.
Did I say Malik? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Melanie. I apologize. Malachi is what I meant to say. Malik is his big brother. So I gave Malik a shout-out without even intending to.
Yeah. Great dude.
Sometimes I get thinking what they should be. I kept calling – there's a young lady from Unity. Her name is Cody Duke, and I know an Emily Duke, and I kept calling her Emily all game long. It's horrible. You get something in your head, and it's hard to get rid of, that's for sure.
That's like having 3 brothers or 3 sisters, and you always call them.
I have 2 sisters named Allie, so I know that pain.
I have a friend of mine who just had twins, boys. The handoff's going to come near side, and not a lot of running room there. See if that's Denzel Cochran. No, it's not.
18.
Number 18, Charlie Hernandez again. They had twin boys, named them Rowan and Owen.
I grew up.
That's going to be tough.
I grew up with Carrie and Terry.
Rowan
and
Ronnie
Owen. Ronnie and Donnie too.
Ronnie and Donnie would be pretty bad too. I guess I know a Ronnie and Donnie too, as I come to think about it. Well, everybody that's still watching, have you got any twin names or brother or sister names that are that close like that?
I got twin granddaughters.
What are their names?
Hannah and Sadie.
Well, not even close to the same.
Yeah, but when you line them up side by side, you can't tell the difference.
Out to the far side, Hernandez again on the carry. Going to go for nothing as they spread it out. Maybe a loss of 1.
I'm giving him 0 on that because I don't think he moved the yard marker.
Well,
Spartans were up 56-0 at halftime of their game. Spartans trying to get their 2nd win of the season.
I think they're probably going to end up throwing here. See if Watson can't juke another person out here.
Barkley from the shotgun, 2 setbacks, 1 on each side. Clock continues to run with they are going to throw. You were right. And it's going to be short, intended for number 12, Jack Beal. It falls incomplete to bring up 4th down and 12.
Okay.
And Drew Watson in his rugby-style kicking coming back onto the field.
Yeah, he does that very well.
Yes,
very well.
He does. You're exactly right.
I'd forgot about that since they haven't punted tonight.
Yeah, they haven't either, have they? They had 1
No.
turnover and scored on every other possession, haven't they? That's a game. That is a game.
Yes, it is.
Clock's still running here in the 4th quarter.
They're going to throw it still.
Nah, that's a punt.
Nah, he's going to punt.
That's a punt formation. Just not a very long punt snap, it doesn't look like. At least I think it's a punt. He just booted it away. No rugby style there. And it's another good punt. That's going to roll down inside the 10 to the 6-yard line. A 50-yard punt almost? A 51-yard punt?
Yep.
I feel like we have
47-yard punt?
I feel like we have a contender for first-team punter.
Yeah, no, he's a freshman, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
A 5'10 freshman, and 5'10 is being pretty generous.
I'm surprised the student section didn't make us aware that he was a freshman.
Yeah, they've been pretty quiet tonight.
Yeah.
Either that or we just can't hear them because the windows are mostly closed.
They've said they're a freshman once so far.
1st and 10 from their own 6. And
that was
that looked like everybody was moving except the center and running down the far sideline.
I think the officials, everybody was moving, wasn't it?
Yeah, everybody but the center. The number Lucas or Lance or Lane Wheelwright with the carry from the 6.
And
Tegan's not doing a very good job keeping up on stats. Wow. 34 yards.
And
the
quarterback didn't move either. Center and the quarterback, but everybody else was moving.
Defense, offense, everybody was moving.
We were moving.
I was looking around saying, "Where's the flag?" I was moving too, looking for the flag.
I think the officials are like, "Let the clock run."
The clock's going to run anyway. Let's just keep it going.
Yep.
Watson came off. Had to switch one linebacker to the near side. Handoff's going to be kept near side. A tackle out there by Beal.
It's number 11.
It's number 11, Lane Wheelwright again. He'll get a first down. A Sports Corner first down. Dustin Thornton, we're happy that you're able to watch and happy that you are watching. We appreciate you.
Former Bomber.
He said that he always appreciates being able to watch his hometown Bombers. This is something we didn't get to do when we left high school, was it? For a long time to get to watch anybody. There's a handoff, going to go right side on the carry, number 34, Logan Utt. He'll go for a gain of 8, second down and 2.
And a lot of places still don't.
Right.
I mean, this is something out of the ordinary doing it. It's getting more and more, but there's still a ton of places out there that don't even have radio or anything for the ball games.
Eventually that's going to start being integrated to the school system, though.
Well, yes and
it
no.
It probably will, but it's still hard to get people to do it. On the carry again, he'll have the first down and more. So he runs over a couple players. He just lowers his head and goes from the 41 down to the 22, 19-yard gain.
I was going to say there, I'm surprised Kelly didn't say keep your eyes open down the field and don't lower your helmet.
No, lower your shoulder, lower your head, and go. I'm old school. Run over the top of them.
Anthony Daniels is watching from Baltimore. So he's got Louisville beat.
Yeah.
He's got Louisville beat. Impressive outing that it is, Anthony. Thanks for joining us. And the ball's on the ground again, and the Bombers might have got that one. And they did on the fumble recovery for the Bombers. Number 64 is Brandon Sprinkle. And the Bombers keep the Farmers out of the end zone that time on the turnover. And that's been since Rankin left and they put the new quarterback in, that has been a problem. The snaps have been a problem.
Yes.
That's like the third or fourth fumble.
Sprinkle's a senior, 6'2", 240-pound defensive lineman.
He also does powerlifting in his off time as well with James Meredith and Sam McClure.
Lucas Hurd says YouTube is a revelation. All I've got from high school are grainy VHS game films.
I still got some of those. I got a whole attic full of those game films for years.
Oh,
and
the good
DVDs.
old days. That's right.
I go back so far to beta and reel to reel.
Yeah. There's a bobbled snap, ends up being a broken play, and it's going to be a second and long for the Bombers. And I can't see the clock. I have no idea how much time's left.
1:56.
1:56 remaining. Clock should still be running. Hopefully we'll get Coach Horrell up here to talk. And Barkley bringing the play in for the Bombers. Here's the snap for the Bombers. They're looking to run this clock out. I don't know if they can get it done without a first down or not, but they may get the first down right here. They will. A Sports Corner first down and a whole lot more. Charlie Hernandez gets a long run from about the 16. 21 yards. That's a little short, I think, but we'll go with it.
That puts him
How many runs do the Bombers have, do you know? 17 for Reiner.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. About 30.
30 runs, Tyler Cummins. That's probably another non-money bet, I bet. Hernandez gets the first down, and the Bombers can run the clock out now. They're going to take knees here. And he takes one there. We'll see how that looks like. That'll be the last play of the game. Hernandez got the Sports Corner first down, and that's all the Bombers needed. A 58-7 victory in a game that nobody thought would look like this when it started. And the Bombers line up for the handshake at midfield, and we'll take a break after the handshake here. But, man, I'll tell you what, Kelly, it's I've seen a lot of football games, and I've thought what I was going, I've thought about this is what I'm going to see. I don't know if I've been this far off before.
Well, you got to take some comparative scores, and the problem is with your comparative scoring right now, and I don't want to get any bad press or whatever, but the scores in the Prairie Land have been they've been very lopsided.
Right.
For everybody. So you really can't tell who's a good team and who's a bad team, if that makes sense. I mean, you can take a mediocre team against a very bad team, you get a very lopsided score. You get a very good team against not a very good team, and you get a lopsided score too. So you got to, but Macomb was on their A game tonight. And, the thing that as a coach, you always want to do from game 1 to game 9, you want to get better. And you don't want to peak in week 3, week 4, week 5. You want to peak at week 9, week 10, and get better every ball game. You following me?
Yep.
And sometimes that's into your schedule. Now, with Macomb right now, part of the problem is the scheduling, because they have no outside conference foes. Does that make sense to you? Where before in some conferences you get outside conference foe, which is a big team, that a very good team that you got to play, and with Macomb being in the Prairie Land and being the largest school,
they don't get that, right?
They don't get that.
They are that team instead of getting that team.
Yes, you're exactly right. And there's nothing you can do about that.
Well, you want to, Tegan, you want to say something? You want to go over stats before, and we could talk some more when you're done?
I was going to say, the only thing I will say, Farmington did not play like the score says. They really did try to battle and do the best that they could. They just made some mistakes on special teams, and it's just after you make a couple mistakes, that's just how the cookie crumbles.
Snowball effect.
Yeah.
Snowball effect. You're absolutely right. And the thing is, Macomb capitalized on all their mistakes. And as a coach, that's what you want to do. You want to capitalize.
Well, I think that everybody expected the offense of the Bombers to score. I think that my perspective coming out of this is the Bombers' defense is as good as advertised.
Yeah.
I mean, they controlled Farmington, Farmington in years past, and even this year, they're going to score points. Even if they can't stop somebody, generally they're going to score points because of the offense that they have. Szymanski's a pretty good running back. Rankin can throw, and they throw. That's the abnormal thing for Prairie Land Conference for the most part. So they're still going to score their points. It's going to be a matter, can they hold the other team? And the difference tonight is they couldn't hold the Bombers, and the Bombers' defense was just too good for them.
And we go back, early in the game, we thought Farmington's run defense was very good. But their pass defense, they were, like we talked about, they were man up on there. And, you're not going – I don't think there's anybody in maybe even, 1 through 3A football, probably 4A, because that's, but to be able to run with those guys, if that makes sense, because those three guys, and I mean Jeter, Jones, and Allen, are as quick and as good as anybody in the whole area.
Dustin Thornton says we had Q&D that was always good back when he played.
Yes.
Going on with what you said, and Lucas Hurd mentioned that we talked about this, about the Farmers putting themselves in a situation. They made a game plan. They're going to come after somebody. They don't have any help over the top. That's just how it is. That's how they play their defense,
yes.
right?
Yes.
and the Bombers were able to exploit that.
Yes.
And
yes.
it's just something that 9 times or 99 times out of 100 the other team can't exploit it like the Bombers did tonight.
Yeah. But like I said, with those 3 guys, you can exploit a lot of things.
Yeah. And then Braden Ritz has said a hard-fought game. Good job, both teams. And I really felt like the Farmers fought hard, just kind of like what Tegan was saying, right? I mean, they fought. Things didn't go their way.
Yeah, like snowball effect, like Sears said. Just keep on making mistakes, and they just keep on
multiplying.
And
kind of like rabbits.
You got Coach. Thanks, Braden. Hopefully, we'll see you guys some more, and we appreciate you watching for sure. Coach Horrell will come up here, and you see, I mean, it helps that you, and there's Coach Horrell here right now. Braden, you want to give him, or Tegan, you want to give him your headset so we can talk to him? I was talking to Braden Ritz here. We'll get Coach Horrell on the headset. Stick that mic pretty close to you if you can.
All right,
there,
let
sir.
me catch my breath. I ran again.
Oh, did you want to catch your breath? You're young. You're young
that's
and
what
skinny.
I was thinking.
I'm thinking you're young and skinny. Why are you needing to catch your breath?
I'm working on that dad bod.
Oh, is that what it is?
I got 2 kids now.
Well, Coach, our chat blew up quite a bit tonight. It's a lot of fun to talk to. We had some Farmington people watching and talking. We had a lot of Bombers fans, obviously. And the theme both between us up here and on the chat was the fact that you guys really made the Farmers pay for the style of defense in which they ran. I would guess that you feel pretty happy with the fact that you did exactly that.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't slept much this week because I thought we could play with them. But that defense, you just never know. They bring it off the edge, force everything to the middle, and I just didn't know how we'd match up. But the guys stepped up big time. The line did a really good job protecting, and JT and Langdon made some plays, and then Max got going once we took advantage over the top.
You said at the Downtown Athletic Club that Jack was probably going to have to stand in the pocket and probably take some hits that he hadn't taken all year. He did that, but I like the fact that early on your first touchdown drive, it was the short out to Jeter, and then it was the double move, right?
Yep.
3 shorts and then a double move and over the top touchdown, and after that, the floodgates open.
Yeah, we got them up big with Langdon, I believe, on the first drive, and then we ended up fumbling. And then they started to back off a little bit because I think we got them one more time. Started to back off, so we took the hitches. We knew how to take what they were going to give us. And once they started creeping up on that hitch, we thought we could get them with a double move. And as long as we had time, and it worked.
Well, the thing about it is you really don't need much time with the speed of those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, you can he throws the ball up, and those guys go get it. And they are, I'm telling you, they're as good as anybody I've seen. All three of those guys. And, and it's one of the things where you guys were scoring so quick, and sometimes you're like, man, we got to let a little air out of this game here. We need to do something a little bit different. But you're saying, oh, we got to score some more. But everything comes so quick, and I mean, it comes quick with those guys.
Yeah, I mean, we got up 22-0 maybe, and I was like looking at it, I was like, should we slow down but keep the momentum going?
Yeah.
Because I know that offense can score. I mean, I think we kind of took it out of them, and that kind of killed the momentum because I knew they could score. So even if it was 30-0, I'm still thinking we got to score more, you know. And
what we talked about just a few minutes ago, Kelly, you go ahead and ask me.
I was going to say the biggest thing is that, when you're playing the game of football, it doesn't make any difference what game it is. You want to capitalize on their mistakes and be able to score. And every time, that's what happened with you guys. I mean, when they fumbled, on the kickoffs and then the interceptions, you guys came back and capitalized, and that's a whole difference in the ball game right there.
Yeah, I mean, we got an onside or an onside, and then we got a couple of turnovers. Mm-hmm. I mean, our DBs played really well. Those are good receivers over there. And Jaden had a pick, Braden had a pick, and we capitalized afterwards. Sometimes we like to take those shots, and sometimes we like to just run it afterwards because people are thinking we're taking those shots. And I mean, we played pretty well. I don't know.
Yeah, you're all aspects, and the other thing is that again, the kid that just impresses me every time I see him play is the Hogue
Carter
kid,
Hogue.
Carter
Oh, yeah.
Hogue. He does things in his assignment. He does his assignment,
Yep.
and he plays assignment football. He's not the biggest one out there. He's not the hardest hitting one, but when they threw that little screen pass out there, he was sitting right there waiting on it. He didn't do anything else. He did his job, and he sat there. And those are things that I look at, and he really impresses me a lot just with his mentality, I should say.
Yeah, he's just taken off. I think last year he gained confidence throughout the year, and this year he kind of came in with like a little bit of a swagger. And week 1 he made some huge plays,
Yes, he
and he's
did.
just kind of taken off.
Mhm.
And not only on defense, he's one of our best blockers on offense. I mean, last week he had on Max's first run, he blocked 4 guys going down the sideline. I mean, he's a great player for us.
One of the two things before I let you out of here. First thing is I think that Farmington maybe isn't what they were last year, but Farmington's going to play pretty decent defense generally, but they're going to give up some points. I mean, that's kind of a thing they do. Because when you live and die by the blitz, you give up some points, because if you break one, you can break one against that. So they give up some points. I think that this might have been, even though you had all those yards and you scored all those points, this might be as much of a statement game for your defense and your defensive backfield as it is for your offense, even with all the offensive yards you had, because of the fact that that's a good offense that can throw the ball, and your defensive backs just shut them down.
Yeah, their quarterback, I mean, he's really good when he gets out in space, and I thought we did a pretty good job even in space tackling him. Because I was afraid he would break contain and run for some huge gains. But I think I heard a stat at halftime they only have – is it 35 yards at halftime?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean,
it wasn't many, and and you guys, the big thing is that I thought Farmington's run defense played very well.
Yes.
I was, in the first quarter they played.
Yeah.
They played.
No, yeah, we
they
had
played,
nothing.
They played very well, and Max is a very good running back, and they had him bottled up.
Yep.
And the thing is I don't know who's going to be able to cover those guys. Your receivers, they are as quick as anybody, and the thing that impresses me the most is the way they go after the football.
Yeah. JT Jeter's catch down the far sideline when he came back with both hands to catch that ball was a big catch.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was like a third and long, I think, on that one maybe.
Yeah.
That's stuff you don't teach. That's just stuff that
those are athletes making plays.
Yes, those guys go after. I mean, sometimes there's 2 or 3 times I thought there's no way that ball's going to be caught.
Yeah.
And then and they catch it. And I mean they're stretched out for it. They're running underneath it, and that one's too long. There they go. And you're like, hey, man, I like to play quarterback there. You just throw that thing up and let them go. It's like the alley-oop pass in basketball, but they're good.
Here's the player we haven't talked about yet, and I don't know that I said his name in any of the 4 games I've done now, is Ian Case.
Yeah.
Ian, and Tegan pointed out he had touchdown reception.
He called that play.
He had a fumble. He had a fumble recovery on special teams. He ended up kicking, and he had a sack. He's the first player all season long to have those things all done. And I mean, he had a career half.
Yes.
And he didn't, other than kicking, he didn't do much in the second half. But, he was all over the place.
He has stepped up. Last year he'd get there and almost make a play and get close and close and close. And he wasn't making them. Tonight and last week took off, but this week he did a great job at defensive end.
I can't, like you say, I can't remember his name, and I think I might even ask somebody, is the Case kid playing this year?
Yeah.
And then boom, all of a sudden tonight he was on fire and had a great ball game.
Yeah.
Great game.
So now you've got Elmwood Brimfield, right?
Yep.
Completely different look coming at you next week. You go from one extreme, you're going to have full house backfields, and you're going to have 2 tight end sets and 3 yards in a cloud of dust kind of football next week.
Todd Hollis will keep the ball for 48
minutes.
And they will take 2 yards, 3 yards, 2 yards, and be the most patient person in the world until his necktie gets a little tight. Todd's a great guy. I've known Todd forever.
It's but so you got a completely changed your line of thinking this week. You have I think you have the kids to do that, though, don't you?
Yeah, I believe so. They got us last year, and I think our guys are going to be ready to go. They get us with that foot to foot. We got to buckle up and be ready for a dogfight in the trenches.
Yeah, I think it'll be a big game for James Meredith.
Yep, James. We got big up front. Eli might play a little more defense. Got to get Malachi and Brandon going too.
Yeah, Malachi was a big player for you in the first game or two, and you haven't heard his name as much lately. But I think it's going to be a fun one to watch again next week.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it, one at a time.
And that's on the road, isn't it?
It is.
Mm-hmm. How many times have you been 5-0 in your life?
Well, we always played Q&D week 1. My JV football year, we went 9-0 though.
Hey, you might appreciate.
In my life.
You might appreciate this. Lucas Hurd said, "I've heard assignment football before."
Yeah, I don't know where that comes from.
I don't know either. Well, Coach, I appreciate you coming up here and talking to us.
Congratulations
on a
Great
huge
game.
win.
Great game.
That was a fun one. I did not expect this at all. But
yeah, I don't think anybody did. Nobody did at all. So thanks for joining us. Good luck
on
this
the
week
next
in practice.
Week.
Yep,
Good
on
luck.
the next one.
Good luck.
We'll see you soon.
Yep.
Coach Horrell coming and talking to us. We'll get Tegan Perry underneath the headset again here for a second. As Tegan, hop that headset on real quick. And I know you had something to say, and we took your microphone away from you, but you've played the Elmwood Brimfield team, and you know that 2 clouds or 3 yards in a cloud of dust kind of football. A little different for the Bombers next week, won't it?
Yeah, it definitely will be. In 2020, during the year that we had a shortened season, we beat Elmwood Brimfield the same score I think they beat us. It was a really quick football game. It was really hard fought, and we beat them. But then last year, when we were a significantly better team, both on offense and defense, we ended up losing to them. So Elmwood Brimfield is a team that can be very scary to Macomb, but then it's also times where, sometimes Macomb gets their number. So next week is going to be a really tough game for Macomb, regardless.
Tyler Cummings says, final run attempts versus yardage first half by chance? It was 111 for the first half. The Bombers didn't gain many yards, if any, in the second half. They might have lost yardage, actually.
Yeah.
They had the 21-yard run from Hernandez. That's the only positive carry in the second half, I think. Wasn't it?
Yep. 15 yards. Everything else was all negative yardage.
Yeah, so Max had 113, 128, minus 4 is 124, minus 12 is 112, minus 3 is 109, and 0. So 109 total yards of rushing in the football game for the Bombers, and the first half was 98 yards, I think. So they gained like 5 or 10 yards in the second half.
Elmwood Brimfield had not Elmwood Brimfield. Farmington had 171 total rushing yards with 28 carries. So, using my math in my head, they average around 5 yards per carry. So.
Yeah, that all came on Szymanski in the second half, though, didn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty much that first drive of the second half. So, Tyler, I hope that helps you out there, bud. Hopefully you won your non-money bets. We appreciate you watching. Appreciate everybody else watching.
I wonder if Tyler's got the spreads at Vegas too.
I don't know.
I
don't know. Tyler, you got any? Does Macomb did Macomb and Farmington have a spread in Vegas?
Yeah. What's it on the Harris line?
I had both teams on the under today.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, guys, last thought before we head out.
Great ball game. Like I said, when I watch Macomb play, I am so impressed with the receivers. I mean, and like I said, told Coach Horrell is the way they go after the ball. The ball may be underthrown, boom, they're coming back and they're catching it. Or the ball's off 2 yards, 5 yards, whatever. They go get it and get after it, and they do a great job. And tonight, defense played very well, very well.
Tegan?
For Macomb, it's going to be a ride that you have to just ride out through the end of the season, because next up you have Elmwood Brimfield, which they're going to be going into this game extremely mad, extremely upset. They were up by 24 points last game, 22 points, and then they let up a 24-point comeback. they're looking to do that to them at Elmwood Brimfield, what they did today at Farmington against Farmington. It's Macomb. You're in right now. You faced against probably the biggest match you'll have this season, and now for the rest of the game, you have to keep that momentum and then carry that on the way to the postseason, and that's when you'll know that this team is going to make it far in the playoffs, is if they can keep this momentum and carry it from week to week 9.
This was expected to be their toughest test, or maybe their next to toughest test during the regular season, with Elmwood Brimfield being tough as well. What does this game do to that? Does that make everybody else look at you as a little better, so they're going to try a little harder? Does it make you complacent because you beat them so bad and they were supposed to be good? I mean,
well,
as a coach, that's what you're up against now, right? To some extent,
you really got to look at what Farmington's going to do the rest of the year. I mean, it's like we said before, Farmington was not the team of Farmington of the past.
Right.
Macomb is better, but Farmington is very young. They got a lot of young kids, and they weren't a senior-driven ball club because they had a lot of sophomores that were starting and were playing. So that's the big difference. And so many times people just think of year after year after year that team's going to be very good. Well, they got beat by Mercer County first game, and their 3 wins, I'm not even sure who they were against.
Right, and I can't remember off the top of my head.
And they're going to make the playoffs. They will make the playoffs. And the big thing is getting tested before you get to the playoffs. And what I mean by I guess I could say tested is I guess the biggest thing is for years and years, Macomb has been a borderline team. Which way you going to go? You going to go 3A? You're going to go 4A? You go 4A, the Rochesters, the Sacred Heart Griffins, the Mount Carmels. Those are the teams that you're going to be seeing. The Breeze Mater Days, the Quincy Notre Dames. You go 3A, whew. This team goes 3A.
It's Farmington. It's the Farmingtons of the world.
They're going to go places.
Yeah.
They're going to go places, and and I've been in that situation where you went borderline, and I mean, we've done well in 4A, and been to the quarterfinals and stuff. 3A we've done very well, but years at 4A, boom, one and done.
Yeah.
And a lot of that was the scheduling throughout the year.
Well, guys, I appreciate it. John Burton has come downstairs to get in where it's a smidge warmer. Thanks, John, for doing a great job on the camera per usual up there in his winter coat and long sleeve shirt and whatever else he's got going on up there. So thanks, everybody, for watching. We greatly appreciate you guys chiming in the live chat because that makes it a whole lot more fun, and it's great to have in text messages and everything else.
And I won't be able to be with you the next 2 weeks. I got a big wedding next weekend.
Okay. Tegan will be there, though. Tegan's the man.
Yeah.
I think it'll be Kenny Suter next week on the call, as I'll be out of town as well doing some harness racing, as a matter of fact.
I'll be racing the following weekend.
So we greatly appreciate it. Thanks, Coach Sears, Tyler says.
Hey, I enjoy it.
So for John Burton on the camera, for Tegan Perry and Kelly Sears, thanks for watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling presentation of Bomber Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett. We'll see you again next week here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.